Chunez, and everyone in between. Welcome to Chunez, the game show where we seize control of the aux cable and no one wins. I'm Luke Ashley, with me is Connor O'Keen, and our unpaid intern, Hannah Chin.
We got the three of us up here introducing this episode because it is the season 1 finale. And we're going out with a bang, dude. A whole season of the gimmickiest shit imaginable. The theme is gimmicks, dude.
We're doubling down,
We're doubling down. We're digging the heel in.
So gimmicks can range from visual, audio, if you've got a unique point, however you want to take
Anything that
it.
separates you from the pack, man.
All right. Well, let's give Mick a look at those rules. Did you like give
What?
Give Mick give
Mick?
give Mick give
Mick.
All right. Yeah, I'll go do that again. That's fucking horrible.
I hate that.
Let's give Mick a look at those rules.
No.
Okay, so the rules are simple. 3 contestants, 3 rounds, 1 song per contestant each round. After a contestant plays their song for that round, the other players decide whether or not they too deem that song worthy of tune status. For every player who agrees, the contestant who picked that song receives a point. At the end of the 3 rounds, the player with the least points officially has terrible taste, and as such must be given a punishment, or in this case, a misfortune, which would usually bring us to our lovely wheel in place. We have our lovely unpaid intern, because the punishment this week has been predetermined. We figure, finale, let's go out with a little celebratory drink,
Oh, cheers to that.
dubbed the Spirit Crusher. But who will be getting their spirit crushed in this grand finale of finales? Will it be you? Will it be me? It will not be our unpaid intern because we don't pay her, so she doesn't have to do the weird shit.
Shall we?
Or will it be our wonderful guest?
Ready?
Unfathomably handsome.
I'm
He's
gonna
a
push
Twitch
the
streamer.
slide.
He's the artist formerly known as Jonathon from Tabora. It is the lovely Jonathon Barwick, formerly Jonathon Barwick of Tabora fame.
Now we're Fierce
Now
Deity.
A Fierce Deity. Oh, yeah, show that. Show
Nice.
that titty,
Now
that
Fierce
titty.
Deity is my best friend.
Yeah.
You've had your first single out.
Path is out.
The
released
path,
back in
and
July.
then you've got more material coming up as well, which I've
Well,
heard, and so wonderful. Some of
by
the
the
best stuff I've heard
time
this year.
this comes out, it will be out.
Ooh, hype!
Hey, get that shit. Get
With
on
the
that.
power of editing, maybe the artwork appears in my hand.
The power of artwork and time permitting.
At Chunez, we do have our own gimmicks. One of them is the guest taking the first pick.
The first gimmick, I'm going to pick a Ghost song.
Ooh, okay.
Nice.
I discovered Ghost very recently
Yes.
and fell in love instantly. The whole thing, I saw the live show, the whole thing they've got going on.
Yeah.
But the gimmick itself, I think, is actually Sweden itself. I'm working on a theory that Sweden is a gimmick.
Wow.
Being
Right.
Swedish is the ultimate gimmick.
Hey, I work for the Swedish chef.
There it is.
That Sam?
Yeah. When this song first came out, I was super disarmed by it.
Yeah.
Because, man, it sounds like a Kiss song.
My first interest in Ghost came with Rats.
Oh, yep.
Obviously heard of them for a while. They just didn't tickle my pickle. As I said in the last episode, actually, that Scooby-Doo Blue Oyster Cult mood, it exists, but if I wanted to hear it, I could hear Blue Oyster Cult instead.
Sure.
Yeah.
While watching Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, while watching Scooby-Doo, exactly. Since seeing them live, big 180.
I can't disguise my enthusiasm for Ghost in
excellent.
general or that song.
Yeah. You know Dick Dastardly blasts this in his gyrocopter as he's still like slamming through wacky races. Yeah. It has a particular gimmick that I froth as well. It has the 1 beat fake out at the start.
Yes. Oh, right,
It disguises itself a beat off the initial.
Yeah.
That 1 beat fake out is amazing.
Yeah.
And I think this is the greatest example I've ever heard of a 1 beat fake out. Absolute tune, my man. Wonderful pick.
Yeah, that's
strong,
a good
like
start.
numerous gimmicks in that.
Yeah.
Love it.
Excellent.
Love it.
My round 1 pick, I have been waiting for an opportunity to play this band for like the whole season. I've been wait. It's a band called Skindred. So these guys are dubbed reggae metal. And we were talking off camera about this, the kind of fine line between what defines a genre and what defines a gimmick. This I would call a gimmick, but not in a negative kind of way. Gimmick I think has negative connotations. This is a unique sales point. This is a USP for this band because nobody else has this sound. There is not another band. This is not a sound that took off in the way that, say, like nu metal did or whatever. This is a track called Warning from their 4th album.
Can't wait.
But I'm stacking gimmicks here, dude. This features Jacoby Shaddix from Papa Roach.
Oh,
One of the gimmickiest new metal bands. So it's gimmick on gimmick, dude.
wow.
My expectations are so fucking low right now.
All right.
It
This is
cannot
all right,
possibly
man.
not be a tune.
Okay. Let me make them even lower.
Mercy.
I sort of feel like I'm like complicit in a hate crime.
Dem de ting we don't need right now, Luke. Listen to the song.
This is the generic MMA walkout song. That's what this
that is
is.
cool.
Wow,
That
shut
is
it down.
cool. Fun gimmick. The breakdown coming up here, they do a thing called the Newport helicopter, where they get everyone to take their shirts off and swing them around and jump in time with the
Right.
breakdown. It's fucking fun, dude.
Where are they from?
Ooh.
They are Welsh.
Welsh reggae metal with Papa Roach and dubstep.
Yep. So,
Lot to unpack here.
yeah.
Yes, yeah. there
Hey
is.
man, I'm curious to hear you guys' thoughts, but I was in love with this from the moment I heard these guys.
I don't know where to start. I don't know where to start.
Oh man,
I really enjoyed it.
did it elicit a
I
response?
don't think it matters if I felt gross enjoying it. If I like it, you know.
That's what I mean,
if
man.
You like it, right? It's weird. It's wild. It might be a hate crime, and it's a tune.
Yes.
This took me back to a time known as the early 2000s. It reminds me of a really bad era of WWE wrestling
Okay.
and like handball foursquare at lunchtime in high school.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, which I was the best at. And most of the kids that I would not associate with were listening to this music. Not a tune, brother. Not
Ouch,
a tune.
dude,
That broke my
ouch.
heart to do that. I came on here wanting to be liked.
Dem de ting we don't need right now, dude.
You gotta heal. You got a classic heal situation
Yeah,
going
heel
on.
turn.
Dude.
I'm sick of being nice. I'm sick of nice Twitch streamers out here.
Okay, so I'm about to get downright Cretaceous. This is Finland's answer to the Wiggles.
That was not a question anyone asked. No. They answered it.
This is a band called Heavy Saurus. This is the 100th track that they've released, and they did something very special for it.
Okay.
I'm gonna have some visual aid here for you guys to enjoy. It's a pretty large song, so these guys brought some serious star power along for the ride.
Yep.
And I want you to sit back and enjoy.
Okay.
This is exactly what happens when all your tax-paying money goes to welfare and healthcare. This is manifest.
Why does this slap?
Okay.
This is Finland's answer to the Wiggles. I have a follow-up question. Why did we get the Wiggles?
Yeah. Get the fucking Wiggles on the phone right now.
Yeah, dude.
Targeting this at children, this seems like a good idea. This is like setting a good standard of like musical capabilities. Fuck, imagine like all the kids at this concert just been like going home so inspired.
Yeah.
They're like, man, I want to eat some celery and carrots, dude.
Yeah.
I've been keeping my eye on these guys for years. I've been waiting for the perfect opportunity to showcase them.
Wow.
And they dropped this the same week that we're doing a.
That's so cool, dude. That's so
I'm like,
cool.
perfect.
Yeah.
All right. So just talking like there are too many featured guests to name in that. Just some examples. Some vocalists include Marco Hotello of Nightwish,
Nice
Timo
guy.
Cotapelto of Stradivarius, and Tony Kakko of Sonata Arctica. So you've toured with Nightwish. So you've met the
Lovely.
dude. Awesome. And some lead instrumentalists from Megadeth, Wintersun, Children of Bodom, Insomnium, Amorphous, Gamma Ray, Rainbow. It's a long track, but there's a lot to it.
Yeah, man.
And what a way to send off your 100th song.
Yeah. Look, you did mention it is a long track.
Yeah.
I struggle to give long tracks a tune status because
For sure. Where's my attention span
Yeah,
going?
exactly.
Like, is this meant for concentrated listening? Is this going to work in the background?
Yeah. Just for the sheer scope of that, deems it worthy of tune in my books.
I don't have to say very much. I'm just going to give it tune straight off the bat. Too much to even go into. It was so wholesome.
Yeah,
There is absolutely nothing to hate about that at all.
absolutely.
Tune.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, love that. So, end of round one.
End of round 1. John, 2. Luke, 2. Connor, 1.
I can't believe that Welsh reggae metal with a dash of dubstep featuring the vocalist from Papa Roach did me wrong.
Brother, neither can they.
Where are you taking this, man?
Well, I did have a pocket full of ideas, and there's no way I could compete with that for gimmicks, so I'm going to go back to like a bare bones gimmick.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's going to be interesting because I did burn you in that first round.
You did.
And I know from previous episodes you're not a fan of like glam rock, like hair metal. So I'm gonna put it to him.
Yeah.
All right.
Because there's every chance that you haven't come across this band.
Okay.
This could be the one.
Like, it could come in, like, right at the last episode, someone gets me with a glam metal band.
Yeah, and season 2 is just glam.
Yeah, season 2. Season 2, I rock up, I got eyeliner and shit.
But this band is called W.A.S.P.
Okay, I know the name. I don't think I know any
And
of the
they
music.
took it and were like, we're going to be the most steaming dumpster fire of this fucking scene. And they just nailed it. Blackie Lawless has been quoted as he wanted to get into music for 2 reasons. To make money to buy Beatles records and get blowjobs.
I mean, as far as...
It's sign of the times, huh?
Yeah. Now to be Post Malone records. Luke?
Right, you want me to go first?
Why don't you go first? Yeah.
There's not that much variation between what W.A.S.P. do and, let's say, Rat, Poison, Motley Crue.
Yeah.
If you didn't tell me that was W.A.S.P, I wouldn't be able to tell the difference.
Yeah. It's almost those bands at the time, they were defined by what they were doing off stage. It's like Motley Crue, they had the drummer that was banging the supermodels. They had this band had the alcoholic guy that drove his car and killed someone.
Yeah,
like that's,
or killed himself. And came back.
Yeah.
You know? To me, I'm gonna say not Chune on that. It doesn't have enough of a point of difference for me.
Yeah. If that had a more modern production, and if I heard a band from Melbourne playing that, I would probably honestly give that a tune. Had a bit of a bit more of an edge to it than like.
Yeah, W.A.S.P. are a bit. Yeah,
fuck off,
W.A.S.P. are definitely
motherfucker.
harder.
Yeah, you got my attention.
W.A.S.P. are definitely harder than your run of the mill.
So the only thing keeping me from wholeheartedly wanting to give this a tune, honestly,
His hair?
is hair.
his hair.
Not again.
I was gonna say is pettiness, but you're not far off the mark.
Shed your skin.
This is my character arc, dude. I'm giving. All right, you know what? I'm giving it a tune. It had enough going on. It had enough going on.
Next season, you are.
Connor's.
Connor doesn't like. I don't know, country. Fuck it. So my round 2 is. This is a band that I was not familiar with until like a month ago. This is a band that they've just put out their latest album, and the gimmick that they kind of went with for this album was to release a music video for every track on the album. Right. The album itself is a kind of a concept album or story about alcoholism. And its effects on a family, kind of generationally.
Yep.
It's told in 3 parts, and so the music videos kind of follow that, not directly, but tell a similarly themed story. This is a band called The Lumineers, and this is a track called Gloria.
Gloria, will you just decide?
Love this kind of shit.
You are, sorry?
I love this kind of shit.
All right, sweet.
Lo-fi.
Yeah. So yeah, this was a concept album inspired by the musicians' personal experiences with family members. I think it makes for a more compelling listening experience. Listening to that album, going like, "Oh, this is real," you know. That's actually turned out to be one of my favorite albums of the year so far, and that previously have never been into that kind of music. So
I fucking love this kind of shit. I'm a big fan of the fiction and non-fiction being blended to the blurred state where you can't tell what is there's something more brutal about. It's like, is this like a little bit of drama into the actual story? Like, that's very clever songwriting. Like novelists go and delve in and tell that little bit of truth at the end of a lie. I am listening to that on my flight home and ingest the whole thing.
Yeah,
I think
sweet.
I've just found another great musical discovery for the year.
Beautiful.
Because I'm in love with that shit.
awesome.
Tune.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Bang.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Massive tune.
All right, sick.
So,
Brace.
if you're telling a story, you need suspense, right?
Yeah.
You can't have payoff without stakes. There was not a dissonant note in that song. It was constant harmony, and there was no tension to resolve. Don't see a purpose in writing music if you aren't going to build tension with it. If you have no dissonance, I don't see the purpose in using harmony. It's a counterbalance.
Okay.
You've got harmony and dissonance. You have to use both.
Well, this is the thing. We've talked about this before. You don't pay much. You don't pay much attention to lyrics.
No.
I think the dissonance is in the lyrics. It's a sad story, like told with this comparatively very cheery music, and that's compelling. That's what I find compelling about it. So I find the dissonance is in the lyrics, which if you're not someone who pays attention to lyrics, then it's not gonna.
I do pay attention to lyrics when the song is built for the lyrics. Here, it felt like the song could have existed without the lyrics and been just, and it could have had a different set of lyrics on there, and it could have been anything. I didn't feel a need to pay attention to the lyrics because the music was just constantly feeding me payoff.
All right, so I get 1 point at least for that.
Oh yeah, by the way, it's not a tune.
Yeah, sweet.
This group has quickly becoming one of my favorite artists. Pretty much outright, honestly.
Okay.
And it's outside of my general realm. These guys are an experimental hip-hop group from California. Came out in 2014. The band is called Clipping. This is Story 2.
Okay.
What the fuck? Where is the babysitter that he overpays? Body takes over and brain becomes disengaged. Michael is running his house is 3
That was something else.
That was something else,
It's
man.
a 2-minute hit. Yeah.
Wow.
They go from that more melodic route to straight up harsh noise.
So what is the gimmick here?
What's the gimmick? Well, I felt that song in particular, there was a definite gimmick in the rhythm. It's
Constantly
just
doubling
the whole
itself.
thing is constantly, so it goes 3/8 to 4/8 to 5/8 to 6/8 to 7/8, hits the 4/4, goes to the 5/4, 6/4, 7/4, and ends on the 8/4.
Wow.
So the whole time, the whole song is building
Constantly moving.
it's constantly building stakes. And you're just getting more and more immersed in this situation. You feel like this chaos snowballing in your mind.
Yeah.
When they started, they made 2 rules for themselves, strictly. Never refer to a first-person narrative, and we don't have an N-word pass. Everything they do is narrative from second or third person.
Yeah, tune. That was really cool. It's one of those things where it built to such a fever pitch and then just cut out. I wanted to hear more. I wanted more.
It feels like the music's really built for the lyrics.
Yeah.
That's when I care about the lyrics.
Okay.
Not a tune.
All right.
Here's why.
Yeah.
That seems like content that I am supposed to disappear to and ingest the entire fucking album. That doesn't seem like it's songs, tunes. Like I want to go and listen to the whole thing.
Yeah.
That was awesome. But as far as patching it into a tune, I can't do it.
You go, it's not straight banger. Yeah.
Well, you wouldn't drop a club
Respect
with that.
Respect that. You would not hit that in the
You
club.
put that on tonight and everyone would be like,
you want to clear the room?
I need to call my mum. If anyone's in a K-hole, you put that on, you're going to ruin their fucking day.
That's legit, dude. That's
Holy
real.
fuck, that's
real.
a sick prank. Find a bunch of people in a K-hole and play that to them.
Love that.
Why won't you lip?
End of round 2. John, 3. Luke,
Round.
3.
Oh, God.
Connor, 2.
Trailing behind, I don't think round 3 is going to do me any favours. So let's get into it. I've got to work. I'm curious to hear what you bring to the
Honestly,
table.
I think this is a home run.
I'm
confident. Yeah.
We're going back to the gimmick of Sweden.
Yes,
Oh,
good.
okay.
When it comes to hooks,
Yeah.
no one did it better than ABBA.
Oh, fuck.
So here is
gimmick. Nice.
my favorite ABBA hook.
And the gimmick is just Sweden?
Sweden. The gimmick is Sweden.
When you're near me, darling, can't you hear me? SOS.
There's hooks everywhere.
Yeah, that was great, man. That was a tune. Like,
Body reacts to it.
Yeah, like I was smiling, I was moving. I knew the words, and even if I hadn't heard that before, it's the sort of thing that you hear the chorus once, you know the words, and you can fake the funk, man. I love that.
Yep, tune for me. That's a strong
how
double.
dare you?
Easy.
How the fuck
easy
dare you?
Pickings.
That felt like
Almost. No, that was
almost cheating. Really
Yeah.
feel like you're just rubbing my nose in it. You're like, look at the mess you made. Reggae metal from Wales. What the fuck,
dickhead.
This is how you do it. Yeah, man. You could this puts you in an interesting position, Luke.
I want to look.
This is like in the schoolyard. Like the cool kids showing up. And he starts picking on me, and then you have this pivotal moment where you're like, do I side with the cool kid and be one of the cool kids, or do I side with my season-long friend?
Watch them unravel.
So when it comes to gimmicks, some bands will choose a gimmick. Some bands have gimmicks thrust upon them.
Is
by
this like the
circumstance.
one chooses the wizard?
A band called King 810 or 810, don't know.
Yeah, King 810.
They're a band from Flint, Michigan.
Yes.
And the vocalist, David Gunn, tries his best to capture just how fucking grim it is to live below the poverty line in that city. Often gets dismissed as just kind of gangster posing, tough guy posing. And there is a lot of that at face value. But I think it's genuine. It comes off as genuine,
Authentic.
I think. Yeah, it's authentic.
I find that a really fascinating section. Like, you often see a lot of successful rappers came from Compton, where notoriously they're in this absolute trap. It's hard to break out of.
Cycle of
It's something
poverty.
as simple as very cyclical. Something as simple as getting your wheels is such a sign of freedom. And can so easily be seen as just writing about your car, you know. But that is your ticket to paradise.
This album, La Petite Mort, or A Conversation with God, feels like a work of art. It's something I think you can immerse yourself in, and from beginning to end, just
Great
absorb it
title.
all. It's sick. This is a track that I think combines the knuckle dragging kind of riffage that they pummel the listener with the unique storytelling that David's really good with. So this is a track called The Trauma Model, and I'm just going to hit go.
So what we're seeing is an understandable reaction to trauma from the environment.
It's a full-blown like horoscope.
Yeah.
I feel like I brought ABBA to a gunfight. That was like the pole. That was like North and South
Yeah.
Pole.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
From
following
ABBA.
ABBA with
We know the difference now between Sweden and Detroit. With just travels. That was something else. I've never heard anything like that. When it first started, I'm just like, okay, here comes a generic Marilyn Manson fucking wannabe.
Yeah.
The whispers and
but
the
then-
bass heavy. Yeah.
But then as the story went on and all those sounds started to get context and that radio chatter started to become more frantic and then there was just that relentless pulse.
Yeah.
We'll listen to it again. We'll check out that artist.
Nice.
I'm giving it a fucking tune.
Yes, dude.
Good
Fuck
idea.
yeah.
That
Holy
was-
shit.
Yeah, I want to go and be scared. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
hit you
yeah,
up
yeah.
for links.
Awesome.
Nice.
Awesome.
My existing knowledge of King 810 is a mid-career machine head with more depth and purpose.
Oof.
I feel the emotion of the artist, and it's coming through really strong. The music fits so well. I love it. Tune.
Fuck it, dude.
I think it's so cool to hear stories that are told more often in hip hop genre and fits so naturally. It's a glove. It's a glove.
We could go full Red Simons on this motherfucker. Bang that gone zeros.
Look, this may fail, but if it does, I'm so happy for it to fail.
Ooh, okay.
I've been wanting to play this band to you for ages, and I don't know if I ever have.
Was it released last week as well?
No, this one isn't. So, no, this is back in 2012.
Okay.
This is a Melbourne artist.
Ooh, okay.
Some context for what I'm about to force fuck into your ear holes, if I have your consent.
Absolutely.
Beautiful. This is Phantom Panda Power Wizard Master Smasher.
What's their merch like?
Funny you ask. Shelley, I'm sure there's a picture somewhere of us DJing. I've worn their merchant DJ before. It's LED. It's an LED shirt that I've got.
Sound activated.
Sound activated LED shirt. They bring to the table whenever they perform live. They generally play in warehouses or house parties. Their houses are tripped out. It's sort of like a warehouse come meat art gallery. It's bizarre.
Welsh
They
reggae
perform
metal's not that weird now.
they perform their sets.
Yeah, well, my Welsh reggae metal dick is just shriveling at the moment.
They perform their sets accompanied to Looney Tunes classics with a laser light show, and they're dressed as cosmic space horrors.
Oh my god. There's so much to unpack here.
There is. Here's Rob Brenz recording The Brutal Rabbits of Seville in a single take. Here's accompaniment so you can check out how the music works with what they do on a projector.
All right. Fucking wow, dude.
The amount of effort gone into that is nuts.
Yeah. That was wild, dude. What do you reckon?
What are you supposed to do to that music? Do you mosh or do you dance or do you just sit back?
You soak in it. Honestly,
yeah.
it's amazing.
Cannot deny the prowess and the amazing, like the creativity to, and the effort again to put that all together.
Yeah.
Knock it out in one take. But like, fuck me, put on ABBA again.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if it's like a simple, like that was another K-hole, man. That was some K-hole.
That's the gimmick. My gimmick is K-hole.
Just to throw it to like the Wolves, I'm not going to give it a tune.
Yeah.
Because I can't.
Yeah. I
feel like your tone might be in the same kind
blown away.
I think I'm in the same boat. I think it's a similar thing to that Barons of Tang track that we played earlier in the season, where it's. I love that. Like, what a timeline, man! This exists.
Yeah,
that's so cool, and it exists in our
damn
city.
Eclectic, my dude.
That's so fucking cool. But didn't elicit the response.
The tune response.
The tune response. It always comes back to that for me. Like if it doesn't make me go like on some level.
In that case.
Damn.
Final scores.
A gong.
John.
Wow, dude.
5. Connor. 4.
Thank you, King 810. Hey, you may have suffered immensely in your city, but it's not for naught.
Luke.
Did it.
3.
3 out of 6, baby.
Wow, dude. Yeah.
3-1-2. Keep it straight.
Luke 316 over here.
Excellent.
Wow.
Beautiful. Well, you know what that means, Connor.
I do.
It's been a pleasure, gentlemen.
The Spirit Crusher. Luke. Take us through it.
It's a simple 3-course meal. Snort the salt, shot the tequila, and lime in the eye. Tasty. Let's get to it.
I'm so glad I didn't end up getting this. Cut that.
Yeah, that's safe.
Yeah, that's safe. OH and yes, get it.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's juicy, dude.
Yeah,
I love that.
yeah. Save some of that juice for your eyes, dude.
Not so
God, it
much.
smells like paint thinner, dude.
Yeah, that's the special Sierra touch.
Alrighty.
I believe in you.
Oh, thank you. That's all I
gonna be
needed, mate.
fine.
That's all I needed, John.
Alrighty, my dude. Do the outro.
All right. Oh, fuck. All right. Thanks for tuning in, guys. This is season 1. Catch you next year. Let's get to it, baby.
Pushing. Keep pushing.
Here we go. Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Attaboy.
Oh.
Fuck. Subscribe to us on Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, all your shit.
Oh my god.
Yikes! That's a wrap! Oh my god. Yeah. Oh my god.
He's gonna be fine.
That was so hard to watch.
Fuck, I'm so glad I pulled ABBA out right there.
Oh man. Woo.
Daddy.
Stay tuned. Fist Deity.
On Twitch, everywhere. There's even a TikTok.
Oh, really?
TikTok.
Nice.
Just do shred videos.